Well, the Blue Jays, they get swept. 4-game series. They look awful in every single game, and they lose 3-1 today to the Cleveland Indians. And I talked about it in yesterday's game. Mike Clevenger is a very good pitcher, and the Jays put that on display today. 5 innings. He only gave up 1 hit. I think it was a double to Freddie Galvis. Didn't allow a run, walked 1 guy, and struck out 10. The Jays strike out 16 times today, and get this number. The Blue Jays are the 4th team in the MLB history to strike out at least 13 times in 4 straight games. That's insane. 4 straight games of 13 or more. And like I said, 16 today. They had no offense other than that double from Freddie Galvis in, I think it was like the 4th inning or whatnot. They got 2 hits in the 8th inning, scored a run, but that was it. When your offense is doing absolutely nothing, you're never going to win games. Look at the runs scored this series by the Blue Jays. 1 run, 2 runs, 2 runs, 1 run. You're not going to win games that way. Look at the runs you gave up. 4, not bad. 3, 7's not great. And then 3 today. 3 of the 4 games are winnable ball games if you have some sort of offense. But the Blue Jays do not. Freddie Galvis is one of the only guys on this roster that's doing any sort of consistent hitting. He was 1 for 4 today. He's hitting .324. The next highest average guy on the roster that actually played today, Urania's hitting .412. Yeah, well, he's playing like a freak, and I think he was 0 for 2 today, but he walked. Other than those 2 guys, the next best batting average is Rowdy Tellez at 200. You're never going to win a game like that. Marcus Stroman, yeah, he wasn't that great today. I got to give it to him. I mean, yeah, he gave up 6 hits over 6 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 1 guy, and struck out 6. It's not bad. Anytime you give up 3 or less, over 6 innings, it's not a bad start. Was he great? No. But even if he was great, the Jays offense wouldn't do anything for him. Tim Mayza had a good 7th inning, a clean inning, couple strikeouts. Great to see Tim Mayza kind of getting back into form here. And Ken Giles has been nothing but steady for this team since the year began. He went a clean inning, no hits, no walks, and a strikeout. Good job, Ken Giles. But Danny Jansen had that one lone RBI with the RBI single, but he struck out twice as well. He's only hitting 143. Billy McKinney went 1 for 3 in the day. He's hitting 172. The Jays have not done anything with the bat this year. I mean, I'm going to go here. I don't know if the stats are updated after this game or whatnot, but as in runs per game, the Jays are averaging under 3 and are 24th, tied for 24th in the major leagues. That's not going to win you many ball games. We understand this team is going through the rebuild and we're looking at the younger players, but even them on this team are having a tough time. And the Jays have lost 4 in a row. They're now 3-8 on the year, and people love looking at the standings. Well, if you want to look at the American League standings, we are dead last. We are tied with the Red Sox for some weird reason, but they'll come back to form. So I'm not worried about that Boston Red Sox team being near the bottom like the Blue Jays. You're not worried about that. We're tied with them for dead last in the American League. Did we expect to be bad? Yes, but did we expect to be this terrible offensively? Not really. I expected Gurriel to come out and have a good year. I thought with Billy McKinney doing as well as he did when he came over from when he got called up to the Blue Jays, I expected him to do well. He hasn't done really anything. They really haven't done a whole lot. Now, yes, they did trade their Iron Man Kevin Pillar, and they traded Kendrys Morales before the season. But are you really relying on those guys to do all the heavy lifting? You're not really going to. This team is not a very good ball team right now. Look, Stroman, Sanchez, those younger players, those are what we are living for right now as Blue Jay fans. We are only 11 games in and we're already going crazy. It's going to be a long season, people. We've got to get used to it. It's not going to be a lot of fun, really, especially when you're playing teams that are going to beat you down the way the Indians did in this 4-game set. It really felt like none of these games were close. Yeah, they had a walk-off home run in one of the games. Whoop-de-flippin' do. I mean, I still was not, confident this team would even score a run. We talked about hits being a problem. Yeah, that's been a really big issue. At scoring runs, you need more than 3 hits a night. So it's a little bit of everything right now. The bullpen has been pretty good. There's been a few guys who have not pitched very well. Luciano, the young guy, he hasn't been terrible. I mean, he pitched really good in his first outing against the Tigers, but then pitches in yesterday's game and really has a tough time there. And then Daniel Hudson's obviously had a couple tough outings. But really, the bullpen hasn't been bad. And the starters haven't been bad. They've given you quality starts. You know, they've given you 5, 6 in. We have not seen it, other than Thomas Pannone and Sean Reid-Foley, 2 guys who have had to fill into the rotation of guys who weren't supposed to be there. Other than those guys, the Blue Jays' actual rotation of Shoemaker, Sanchez, Stroman, you know, and, oh my goodness, I'm totally botching another name here. But, I'm trying to find him here. Shoemaker, yeah. Aaron Sanchez, yeah. And, Trent Thornton. Those guys have been solid. And even Trent Thornton wasn't supposed to be in the rotation, yet he's done very well in his limited 2 starts. For the Blue Jays, I don't really know what to look for. I mean, the offense is the problem, and everyone's going to scream Bo and Vladdy, but no. We clearly know what the plan is. The plan is to hold these guys out as long as we can, because you want them for that extra year down the stretch. Anybody saying, no, we want to see them now, it's boring right now. I get that. But down the road, when you're in that contract situations, I bet those are the same people that are going to say, man, I wish we waited that extra half a month and we could have had them for next year as well and then worry about it later. There's no need to bring these guys up right now. Bo's having a tough time so far in AAA. I mean, it's so early on into the year. I'm not going to say that he's not playing well, he's not a good player, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying any of that stuff. Bo Bichette will be a fantastic player for this team for many, many years. Same with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And Vladdy's not even back from health yet. He's not even back to Buffalo. And for Bo, you know, I think he went 0 for 5 today. He's hitting 133. He's not playing well as of yet. So why would you call him up? You want to see him dominate at that next level. Now, the one guy who is playing very well down there is Kevin Biggio. We talked about him in yesterday's video. We're going to talk about him again because he went 1 for 2 again today. He got another RBI. He scored a run, and he walked 2 more times. Remember, he walked 3 times yesterday. Kevin Biggio, he's hit 500 so far. Him early on this year has done a terrific job with the Bisons. Now, will he come back down to earth? Absolutely. But I want to see the sort of consistency from Biggio, and I love what we're seeing early on from him. It's a lot of fun. Now, the Bisons didn't really do very well today, and Clay Buchholz had his first start there. He went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 were earned. He gave up 4 home runs. Okay. Now, another positive that I want to take from our farm system. Where is it here? Down in AA New Hampshire. The reason I'm bringing this up, and you guys, if you guys watch these Jays videos regularly, first things first, I applaud you because it's a mission to watch these games, let alone the videos, about those terrible games. You guys will know about I wouldn't say love because that's a big, strong word, but my excitement for young right-handed pitcher Yennsy Diaz. I talked about him in last year's videos down there in Dunedin. And I talked about him in the spring. He had a pretty good spring with the Jays. And he got called. He was in AA to start the year. And today was his first start of the season down there. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Like maybe, I don't know about, yeah, no walks and 5 strikeouts. A clean 6 innings for Yennsy Diaz in his first game of the year for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Now, will he be anything for the Jays? I don't know. But what I do know is, from about the, May mark last year till now, he has done an impeccable job in the minor leagues. He did an amazing job in the second half of Dunedin's season. He ended up being their playoff game 1 starter. Tells you right there how much confidence they had in him. And he pitches today for the Fisher Cats and gives them 6 shutout innings. A guy to keep an eye on, people. And you know what? That's what this Jays season's all about. Keeping an eye on these younger players and just doing a little bit of this and hoping and praying. But more or less, it's about the offense and how they can't do diddly squat. All right, so the next series for the Jays is a very weird one. Why? They're off tomorrow. That's not weird. They play Boston on Tuesday in Boston. Hey, we get to see them raise their banner. Yay. and give them their rings. Yay. Chris Sale, Matt Shoemaker are the starters there. It's a 2:05 start because of the whole ceremony and all that stuff. That's why it's an earlier start, I'm assuming. And the weird thing is that about after that game, because you got a 3-game set against the Red Sox. Wrong! It's a 2-game set, and it's split. What do I mean by that? Well, like I said, they don't play Monday. They play Tuesday in Game 1 of the series. They don't play Wednesday, and then they play Thursday, and then the Jays are back home to take on Tampa. What kind of mumbo-jumbo is that? I don't know. All I know is that the Jays have had a terrible start to the year, and now they're going to face the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday, April 9th, in Boston to watch them get their rings. Nice. It's going to be a lot of fun, ain't it? All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys did not enjoy the game today, did not enjoy the series, and have not enjoyed the start to the season so far. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, the video, Marcus Stroman's outing, the offense, and what the heck is going on. Guillermo Martinez, I think his name is. It's our new hitting coach. I think we're ready to watch some hits there, buddy. I mean, ideally he can't really hit for them, but something's wrong with all of them, except for Freddie Galvis and Richard Urania. So let's figure that out. All right, so comment down below, guys, everything you have to say about this team, the minor leagues, all that great stuff. And before we wrap this thing up, like I said, I'm going to make this a continuous thing. Shout out to Mo Buckets on Twitter and his Instagram page, Blue Jays Center, the most followed Instagram page, Blue Jays fan page on Instagram. All right, so guys, go check that out. Quality stuff, amazing content for the Blue Jays. Even though it's a rough year, you can watch some good quality content from him. He's an amazing guy, and he's got an amazing talent, and he's doing a great job over there. 58,000 followers on his Instagram page. Congratulations, buddy, and keep going. You're doing a great job. Now, Evan and I will talk to you as podcast edition either Wednesday or Thursday. Again, probably leaning towards that Thursday mark. Link is in the description for the podcast channel, guys, and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow night. Tomorrow night as the Leafs are in round 1 against the Boston Bruins. We'll be talking to you guys playoff round 1 preview tomorrow night. And we'll be talking about the series, my expectations towards the series, how the Leafs can win this series, and all that great stuff. We'll be talking about we'll talk about that tomorrow night. As for the Raptors, they play their final game of the season on Tuesday night as they are in Minneapolis, Minnesota, taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And it's an 8 o'clock tip-off in the final game of the regular season before the highly anticipated playoff time for the Toronto Raptors begins. Like I said, guys, Tuesday night is that game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. All right, and for the Blue Jays, like we talked about, their next game is on Tuesday as the Blue Jays head to Boston to take on the Red Sox. Matt Shoemaker, Chris Sale are the starters in that game. 2:05 first pitch at Fenway Park. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys then.